Insurance for when there's a hitch in the trailer hitch. Tennesseans know that sometimes life has its loose ends.
Good thing we had that trailer added.
Know that Farm Bureau Insurance is there to help. Tennessee Insurance for Tennessee Life.
All right, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. It is now 6:01. Checking that time so you don't run late here this morning. Grab your cup of coffee here this morning or your drink of choice, of course. As we get this good old Friday started, well, not much of a change in the forecast, at least in the short term. But in the extended forecast, we're talking about some big changes on the way. Some colder air is going to be setting up shop and rolling our directions. But we're going to talk much more about that coming up here on the show this morning. Good morning, Mel, Linda, Jesse, Christy, Dwayne, Krista, and Brian. I think we had Carol and Julie, as well as Linda. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sure hope you enjoy your Friday. Hopefully you have a good weekend. It was a warm night last night at the ballpark. That's right. And if you saw me on social media, Julie made fun of him. But I had my baseball fun socks on last night. Let's go ahead and start you off. First things first with the time lapse. Coming in from Monroe County Airport. Monroe County Airport, this is KMNV. Cool view of the clouds yesterday. Look at them just streaming on through the air. We had some strong upper level winds. We had a lot of wind across the area as well. Despite the wind and the low deck of clouds, we still had quite a bit of aviators enjoying the day yesterday at KMNV. And then we had, watch this, the high-level clouds. We had some fair weather cumulus clouds, and then high-level clouds started to drift on into the area. You can see that on the screen there. Those high-level clouds were associated with the severe storms back in Middle Tennessee as they blew up in Nashville and southern Middle Tennessee. All that upper-level moisture started to stream on into the area. And so we do have a few clouds hanging out with us this morning. That's a live look right now in Monroe County Airport here this morning. So not a bad day yesterday. We did have record high temperatures. We'll talk more about that here in a moment as well. But first things first, I want to go to the radar recap for a second over the last 3 hours. Most of the storms are to our north. Now, no severe weather out there early this morning. We do have a lot of flash flood warnings taking shape from northern Middle Tennessee up into Kentucky. So for places like Bowling Green and Richmond, Richmond, Kentucky, Louisville, up towards, say, Cincinnati. We've got a lot of flooding going on. Flash flooding is going to be a concern as well as we get more rounds of showers and thunderstorms to move back over the same locations that we've already seen some incredibly heavy rainfall. So a little bit closer to home, not much activity. We saw some severe weather. We had tornado warnings over into Middle Tennessee yesterday near Columbia and Nashville. I posted some crazy photos, and if you missed those, I'll share those on the broadcast here this morning as well. There you go, Brian. Love the socks. Julie made fun of my baseball socks. All right. I had to represent the baseball game. We didn't win, though. All right, here around home, again, we have a few clouds hanging out with us. I do anticipate quite a bit of sunshine, and then the clouds will kind of build back in. By the way, can't rule out a couple of spotty showers, maybe a few thunderstorms today, but it's going to be the exception, not the rule here today. By the way, we had record high temperatures yesterday. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Do you like these record high temperatures? 86 degrees was the high in Knoxville. That beat the record of 85 set back in 1946. No records in Crossville, no records in Chattanooga, but we soared past the record in the Tri-Cities at 86. The old record was 82, set back in 1963. All right, here are your weather headlines for the day today. Partly cloudy skies, breezy southwesterly wind going to be taking shape around the area with, again, near record high temperatures. What's up, Seth? It's sunny, near records, and dry Saturday. It's a 50-50 weekend. Showers and storms roll their way back in on Sunday. Not great news. Now, of course, we got Cars and Coffee. I think that's tomorrow. But we have the Covenant and Health Knoxville Marathon on Sunday. No bueno on that one. If you have any sort of events taking shape in your communities, highlight that on the chat here this morning. And we'll try to we'll announce it. And hopefully you can get a few more people to come to your events, no matter what those events may be. Behind this rain on Sunday, here comes some colder air and frost. You think, Barbara? It is another toasty morning. Actually, this morning we are trending a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday morning. We talked about it, and it was an incredibly warm summer-like morning yesterday. Although the evenings are great. Being at the ball game last night, once the sun went down, you don't have that summer humidity. Even though we're talking summer temperatures, we don't have the summer humidity. Thank goodness for that. So as the sun went down, it felt pretty darn nice. May have a little bit of haze or some light fog around the area. Not expecting a whole lot here this morning. But these are current temperatures, by the way. Our average high for this time of the year is in the mid to upper 60s. So we're in the 60s and low to mid 70s here to get the day started. At McGee Tyson Airport, we're at 73. Some areas warmer, some areas a little bit cooler, but generally speaking, this is what we were yesterday. All right, let's walk you through our futurecast model. We'll pick up at the timeline here at 7 o'clock this morning. And again, just kind of a mix of clouds. So that's going to be the general rule of thumb. We'll just go generally speaking, partly cloudy skies. I think there's going to be a moment of time where we'll have plenty of sunshine. And then the clouds kind of build their way back in. Look at that southerly fetch. You can see our futurecast picking up on a little bit of green. Again, not expecting a whole lot of activity throughout the day today. And we are not under a severe weather risk today, but that does change as we get into our Sunday. Good morning, Chris. Loving the heat, are you? It's that time of the year, though. You know, when it starts to get hot outside, you got to take a jacket no matter where you go, because when you go into restaurants and buildings, it's chilly. Lunchtime temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s to low 80s. The wind's going to be with us, not nearly as windy as it was yesterday, so that's good news. B, it's going to be perfect for outdoor patios. And it's Friday, so maybe if you're taking a half day, you're going to enjoy, maybe go meet up with some friends or coworkers, your wife or husband, go have some lunch outside on the patio, and enjoy the afternoon. The afternoon temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 80s, low to mid 80s across the Western Valley and the Cumberland Plateau. Upper 80s to pushing close to 90 across parts of the foothills. We still have some downsloping winds. Thanks to that southerly fetch, it comes down off the mountains. It's a warming, compressing wind at that point of the game. And if you have any sort of evening plans tonight, we're going to be at 85 at 6 and 81 degrees by 8 o'clock tonight. So that makes for a nice evening, especially on a Friday night, and we'll do it again on Saturday night. As we've been talking about all week long, this trough ridge pattern continues to hang strong, but it is finally on the move. The battleground, again, is going to be from Texas all the way to the Great Lakes. We'll highlight that severe weather potential coming up in just a moment. High pressure breaks down, low pressure comes on in, and then another little shot of colder air is going to be swinging in back behind that system. So here's your severe weather outlooks. If anybody has any travel plans, listen, these are places that have been inundated with severe weather over the last several days. We're going to do it again, thanks to this stuck pattern. Good morning, Donna. How are you this morning? And good morning, North Knox Fence LLC. You can join. If you're looking for a fence, by the way, they do advertise with East Tennessee Weather. So good morning, happy Friday to you as well. There we go. That's his logo. You can visit him on social media, North Knox Fence. All right. Here's the deal. So severe weather is going to break out again today. We've got 4 levels of severe weather: Jonesboro to Little Rock down into northeast Texas, Texarkana area. Jonesboro had storms and severe weather over the last several days. So again, the trend continues. It moves into a little bit further to the east as we get into Saturday, into Sunday morning. This runs 24 hours, so Saturday morning to Sunday morning. And we have a level 1, 2, and 3 risk for severe storms. Again, Memphis, Nashville, Pine Bluff, Conway, Little Rock, all the way down to Jackson and into Louisiana. And then as we go from Sunday into Monday, as the cold front swings into our area, that's going to bring us a chance for some isolated strong thunderstorms. The greatest risk is going to be to our south. So if you have travel plans on Sunday, keep in mind severe weather could be breaking out to Birmingham, Montgomery, all the way down into the Gulf Coast states anyway. So Mobile, Alabama, and Floribama, and all those places. All right, so we are still tracking severe weather potential as this cold front finally starts to move its way eastward. Let me show you what it looks like on the big picture futurecast. We'll show you from this morning. Again, we have that southerly fetch of moisture. Can't rule out maybe a spotty shower or thunderstorm. Not expecting much. We'll just call it partly cloudy skies in general. Cold fronts to our west. There's 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. We'll go from Saturday morning into Sunday morning. Storms start to blast their way through West and Middle Tennessee Saturday. And then here's Sunday morning. Now, of course, we've got the Knoxville Marathon on Sunday morning. A lot of folks, thousands of folks, come to town for the race. A lot of folks here in town run the race. So if you happen to be planning on running a marathon, which is not on my bucket list, by the way, never was, never will be. I have zero desire to run 20 miles. 26.2 or whatever it is. So this Sunday morning. Now, these storms sometimes pick up speed, but this has been a slow progression. So based on this timing, the marathon's going to get wet towards the end of the marathon. You got to realize that these people run for like 4 or 5 hours, right? Some of them. Fastest ones run for like 2 or 3 hours. So if you're a fast runner, maybe you'll get done with the race before the rain ends. The wind's going to be picking up, so it's going to be rather windy day on Sunday, so not necessarily the best of running weather, and something to kind of keep in mind. But again, based on the timing of this, The later in the day that these storms arrive, the better potential we have for instability to form and severe weather. The earlier they arrive, well, A, it's going to affect the marathon. B, maybe less intense thunderstorms. And again, we're not talking about super intense thunderstorms. We're just talking about isolated, strong to severe thunderstorms. And it really looks like it's going to be a damaging wind threat, a straight line wind threat more than anything else. We just kind of lose that spin in the atmosphere, so to speak, from what we've seen over the last couple of days around our area. Look at the rainfall potential. Now, these are areas that have been inundated and already have flash flood warnings and flood warnings in effect and flood watches in effect. So we're still looking from now through Sunday. Places like western Kentucky, west and middle Tennessee, Arkansas, even southern Missouri, still an additional maybe 4 to 6 plus inches of rainfall. So this is not good news whatsoever. I'm with you on that one, Mel. I'm with you on that one. As long as I can run faster than you, then I'm safe from the bear. Just throwing that out there. All right, so incredible amounts of rain. Then back behind this system, here comes our trough. So what we're looking at is 850 millibar temperatures, because this gives us a good idea. 850 millibars, by the way, is about 5,000 feet in elevation. This gives us a good idea of warm air intrusion, cold air intrusion, or warm air advection, cold air advection. So we're going to have cold air advection moving on through. Trough swings through, and then here comes the colder air swinging on in. Back behind it, a northwesterly flow, and temperatures are going to drop. So let's talk about the next big thing. We're talking colder air. No, say it ain't so. 'Tis the season, I suppose. This is why you can't plant your gardens till after tax day, which is, by the way, right around the corner. It's already the 4th. Have you done your taxes yet? All right, so the colder air is going to be locked off to our north and west. Forecast highs temperatures on Sunday are going to be in the 70s. Then as we get into Monday, we're dropping down to the 50s and 60s, and we're going to be even chillier on into our Tuesday. So let's highlight that 7-day forecast for you. Here it is, the big picture. Near record high temperatures today and tomorrow. Breezy today and tomorrow. Windy on Sunday. Showers and thunderstorms. Could see some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. Colder air swings its way in on Monday. And that's going to reinforce itself on Tuesday. Then we start to rebound a little bit back closer to those seasonal averages Wednesday, Thursday. So we're going to be trending about 10 degrees below average as we get into the start of next week. And then look at those morning lows as that colder air swings on through. Tuesday morning, we may have some areas of frost. Wednesday morning, likely to see widespread frost. But if I recall right, the National Weather Service does not issue any frost or freeze products until May 1st. So don't anticipate any frost or freeze products from the National Weather Service. Then we rebound, but another system is on the way to Thursday and Friday. And so again, even more of a reason to scan that QR code on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, download the East Tennessee Weather app, log on to easttnweather.com, follow along as this pattern changes through the spring months. Good morning, Scott. How are you this morning? Scott said he ran the Chicago Marathon. One and done for you. I've got a buddy who runs the marathon almost every year, never trains. Like, what are you doing? Have you been training? Run a few miles here or there. And most years, he runs it. I like a slow walk with you. Now, I'm a sprinter. That's why I can't do a marathon. I'm going to sprint somewhere, and then I'm done. I did get into running a lot during COVID. I ran about 270 miles the first year of COVID. Good morning, Rachel. How are you this morning? Ended up getting plantar fasciitis and all these things. And so, needless to say, I'm not really a long-distance runner. I played soccer. I'm a sprinter. Get me in, coach. Okay, let's see. Samuel, good morning. I have no AC. I had to get a portable cooling air condition. Oh, no. Mike, I need a blizzard that would help with having no AC. I suppose a blizzard would, wouldn't it? I suppose it would. Yeah, you need to get Wade a pair of those socks. Let's see. I got some fun socks this morning as well. Got some red socks to match my red tie, my red shirt. Well, you better be running from bears, Lee. Or a fight. Never get in a fight. It always takes a bigger person to walk away from a fight, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and check in on those T-Dot cameras for just a second. We'll start you off first things first. Nothing going on out there this morning. So it's 6:16. We'll dive into just a couple of those cameras here this morning. And this is Interstate 40 and Paper Mill. And obviously, this early in the morning. Traffic is running smooth. So no travel troubles here to get the day started. All right, it's now 6:16. Guess what time it is? It's time to get a check of those national holidays for the day today. If you got your forecast, have a great day. If you're just now tuning in, we'll send you back. If you're tuning in on the app, we'll send you back to the 24-hour channel when we get done with the broadcast, and you can catch up on the forecast. If you missed any of that, you can also check out your daily forecast weather updates on the app as well. So we'll take you back outside. This is a live look in downtown Gatlinburg this morning from Tennessee Jeds. By the way, if you're ever in downtown Gatlinburg, you want a good Sammy? A good old Sammy. They make a great Reuben and hot pastrami sandwich. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. That's a live look in downtown Gatlinburg, though, and a great view to get the day started. Now, of course, we do have a lot of wind. It's going to be a warm day across parts of the mountain counties as we get some downsloping winds. All right, let's talk about those national holidays here for the morning hours for the day today, I should say. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you have any events coming up here this weekend besides the marathon, highlight it in the chat, and of course, we'll keep you posted on that. I'm trying to figure out what Otto the pilot's saying. The last time I saw a leg... Oh, I got you. I got you now. I'm picking up what you're dropping off here, my friend. Last time I saw a leg like that, a message was tied to it. Oh, my gosh. I'm not even quite sure what that means. Never did like running. No, me either. All right, so birthdays and events. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Keep in mind that it is National Vitamin C Day. Get your vitamin C, whether that's a vitamin C chewable or, of course, good old fruits and vegetables. I do love me some orange juice, but man, oh man, in my old age, I just can't drink orange juice like I used to. Heartburn City, so I'll stick with the black coffee. What are you drinking this morning? Here we go. Is Tom on here this morning? I haven't seen Tom on here. Is Tom on here? Tom doesn't typically join this early in the morning since we switched to 6 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, guys. Sorry if you like the 7 o'clock. Anyways, it's Jeep 4x4 day. I do think that there is like a Jeep Fest going on this weekend. Not quite sure if it's in Gatlinburg, but there's a Jeep Fest, so it seems appropriate. It's Jeep 4x4. You know, one of my biggest dream goals... That sounds really lofty and like excessive. One of my dreams I've always wanted, my wife as well, I want a CJ5 or a CJ7. Tom has been looking for one for me for a while. I found one right before COVID happened. It was like $4,000. It was exactly what I wanted. It'll beat up, top off. I just want a rugged Jeep to drive around during the summertime months. I just think it'd be so fun. Found one for like $4,000. COVID happened. It was still for sale. Guess what the price went up to? It went up to like $8,000 after COVID. I think prices on those Jeeps are starting to come on down. But man, that is a dream of mine to have a beat-up Jeep just to drive around town. All right, it's National Chicken Cordon Bleu Day. My dad used to make chicken cordon bleu all the time. Oh, Betty, you just got out of the hospital. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Marble Spring State Historic Site, by the way. Spring Market is 10 to 4 tomorrow. 10 to 4 tomorrow. Go say hi to Felicia and go check out some of her crafts that she puts together. She does a lot of crafts. Allergy meds year-round, definitely. I did allergy shots for a while as well. I never got a Jeep. Not yet, coal miner's daughter. I like that, by the way. All right, National Chicken Cordon Bleu Day. Awesome meal. I love chicken cordon bleu. Let's see. Although I don't even like ham, and there's ham in there. National School Librarian Day. What would we do without the school librarians? If you are a school or ever have been a school librarian or ever want to be a school librarian, big shout out to you this morning. We wouldn't have school libraries the way we do without school librarians. It's National Hug a News Person Day. Oh, come on, give me a hug. National Hug a News Person Day. I'm going to have to go find Abby and Heather and all those ladies over at the TV station and go find them and give them a big giant hug. Oh, man, you know what? Actually, I should find... I'm not going to be able to find it on the fly. Had I known it was National Hug a News Person Day, I did a big old reel a couple years back, and probably about 3 or 4 years back now. Jeez, time flies. About hugging every single news person at the TV station. It was fun. It's National Walk Around Things Day. Well, better to walk around than walk into them, I suppose. Let's see what that says. National Walk Around Things Day on April 4th each year is a holiday open to interpretation. Very little information is available regarding this celebration, so we'll just give it our best to guide you through it. This day may be looked at both figuratively and literally. Literally, one would not want to walk through a puddle of water or mud. One would want to walk around it. One would not want to walk under a ladder or broken glass. One would want to walk around both of those, right? Figuratively, though, one would walk around, avoiding certain problems or potential problems. One would also want to walk around avoiding arguments, certain situations, or unwanted or uncomfortable conversations. Welcome to being a middle child and a Gemini. I avoid all those things. Not conversations. I love conversations. Confrontations. I don't really like them. Uncomfortable for me. Those are your national holidays for the day today. We used to highlight the weekend national holidays, but now we don't, because don't forget, Wake Up with Witcher starts off at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday to get everybody out the door and get the day started. All right, let's go ahead and take you back outside. We'll show you what it looks like at Fox Road Marina for anybody that has a boat and is itching to get out on the water. Of course, a lot of fishermen out on the water, a lot of boaters, but not necessarily getting in the water yet, right? Too darn cold for that. I like Jeeps in the summer. I'm with you on that for sure, Katrina. Coffee and cars. Cars and coffee. Cars and coffee at Westtown Mall. That is tomorrow, I believe, right? Good morning, TK. How are you, my friend Tom? The Chalk Walk also is Saturday, by the way. If you're looking for something to do, Saturday at Market Square. That's always a great time. Go check out some of the amazing artists. You know, and it always bums me out because this time of the year, whenever we have the Chalk Walk, typically a day or two after we have the Chalk Walk, they spend hours making these chalk designs in Market Square. It typically rains. Now we're talking heavy rain on Sunday. So if you want to go check out the Chalk Walk art, check it out on Saturday. Maybe go Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening so they can finish them, because it's going to be gone on Sunday. Good morning, Jerry. How are you this morning? We'll start talking to you in another year or two. I used to have a CJ5. Loved it. Oh, I need to get one so badly. So badly. You know, get some 33s on there. I don't want it all jacked up. I don't want little tiny tires. I don't want it all jacked up. I want it appropriately jacked up. Kind of like me, I'm appropriately jacked. Let's see. Samuel says, "Hey, do you know that the Subaru their Superman? There's a new Superman coming out to watch extended. Look at shows crypto. I'm sort of crypto on this. I'm so excited about this new Superman movie. You should go check it out. It's on YouTube. Show your kids." Well, there we go. Oh, thanks, Betty. Oh, Eva, you're so awesome. Happy Friday, Denise. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Lee, I told you next time I see you, I'm going to give you a giant bear hug. It's just going to happen, my friend. Hugs to all news people. Amen to that. Lots of events going around town tomorrow. Dogwood Arts Festival starting this weekend. So there we go. That's with the Chalk Walk. We're putting in your pontoon in next week, are ya? Ooh, when are we? When's the invite? I know you've had an open invitation to me, Katrina, but we have not gotten there yet, have we? Lunch today, by the way. If you're looking for lunch, want to help a local business, TK Gourmet's Food Wagon. Lunch today at Halls Elementary School for the staff, 10 to 1:30. Gourmet, third-pound burgers, hot dogs. The public is welcome as well. So if you're around Halls Elementary School today, from 10 to 1:30, go say hi to Tom and his wife, TK's Gourmet Food Wagon. Awesome food right there. Hamburgers and hot dogs. It doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? There we go. You love your Subaru. Well, that's not a Jeep. That's not a Jeep. But Subarus are good little cars, aren't they? They are good cars. Oh, man, I tell you. Let's see if we have any photos to share with you this morning that come through the Witcher's Pictures link. Have not looked in the last couple of days, but we will check right here on the fly. Oh, yes, we do. We've got some great ones if you want to stick around. Elaine Ombre is probably one of the best photographers. She sends photos all the time. Elaine, you are amazing. How about this moon? The kids were talking about it yesterday evening as well. This is, so her company is called Behind the Lens, by the way, if you want to check her out. Elaine Ombre. She does amazing photography here in East Tennessee. I mean, my friends. Breathless. It takes my breath away. She is so good. Elaine, you've outdone yourself. Otto, also sending in some great photos recently through the Witcher's Pictures link. You can do that with the East Tennessee Weather app. Here's one from Otto. Autopilot's on here this morning. There we go. Great little shot. Is that your little backyard, Otto? Do you have a private lake? Oh, dude, if that's true, I want to come there. And then we've got Denise Carmichael. A friend posted this to hometown Clarksdale, Mississippi today. Thought you'd appreciate it. She says, woo, look at that storm cloud. That is nasty. What a nasty storm that was. And speaking of which, speaking of nasty, let me show you a couple photos that I also posted on social media. These were storms coming in out of Middle Tennessee near Spring Hill. So there's one. I've got another great one to share with you here this morning that I posted. This is an incredible one. Incredible storm structure on these storms. Look at that one right there. Wow. We had tornado-producing storms across much of the Mississippi River Valley, to our west and southwest. And don't forget that you can always upload these photos through the Witcher's Pictures link. Just download the app today. Scan that QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. If you don't have it, if you're joining us on the app this morning, big shout out to you for those that join on the app. And if you want to, if you've not downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app, I'll show you what that looks like here briefly. You have a look at live weather cameras. Live weather cameras. I've got a lot up there right now. Let's see if they're all populated. Sometimes they go down. I have to redo them. So if they do go down, just realize I'm aware of that. I will relaunch them on YouTube. But Maynardville, Madisonville, I've shown you those this morning. Okay, so we've lost a couple. Our newest and latest and greatest is Clinton, Tennessee, and Anderson County. Quick little tips and tricks. Click that orange tin in the top left-hand side of the screen, and that will take you back to the homepage. You can check out forecast updates. But at the bottom, I've got Witcher's Pictures. Witcher's Pictures, yo. Witcher's Pictures. You can upload a picture right there from the East Tennessee Weather app. It comes right into the computer, and then we can share that, which is actually really great during severe weather coverage. If we're ever doing live severe weather coverage, because I'll check in on that, I can drag and drop super easily right there to the platform so you can see what's going on, because it's really how you share the information, and that's why I've got Witcher's Weather Watchers, by the way, because it really helps out during severe weather coverage. No traffic troubles here this morning. It's a quiet start to the day. Not expected to see a whole lot of activity throughout the day today, but we are going to see showers and thunderstorms as we head into our Sunday. It's a 50-50 weekend. Saturday's great with near record high temperatures today and tomorrow. We've got the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon on Sunday. We've got Cars and Coffee. We've got other events, the Dogwood Arts Festival, the Chalk Walk. So many events going on this time of the year. I love spring. Absolutely love spring. By the way, it's just about 6:30. Check that so you don't run late here this morning. Remember that you can always check on these live weather updates. It does not have to be on Facebook all the time. I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, all social media. We broadcast on all these platforms all the time. And front and center right there on the East Tennessee Weather app. If you ever click on that link I sent, the push alert, it will take you right to the main page. You can watch East Tennessee Weather and all the weather updates, the live weather updates right there, front and center on all East Tennessee Weather platforms. If you ever go to the website, just make sure you click. It's front and center, but you can also click the Watch Live in the top right-hand side of the screen. Big shout out to all my sponsors. And again, Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee is the sponsor for Wake Up with Witcher this morning. Hey, my friends, I sure hope you have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. I'll have a live weather update tomorrow morning. We'll be tracking and timing out that cold front for Sunday. Does it speed up? Does it slow down? Does the intensity of the severe storms increase or decrease? Of course, I'll keep you posted on that. East Tennessee Weather is weather when you want it. We're here every single day. Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short.